Steel remains one of the most vital resources that we have, not only here in America, but literally all around the world. We use it for the drilling of oil. We use steel in the pipelines that transmit natural gas. Without quality steel products, our energy sector would suffer greatly, and never more so than right here in the state of Texas, where 45% of the domestic drilling in America takes place. So without that steel, our economy would be in a world of hurt. Now, that's not to say there aren't other steel companies producing steel here in America, but not to reach the demand needed. Therefore, that's where SB International, Dallas, Texas, comes into play. Founded almost 30 years ago, back in 1981, SB International specializes in the importation of steel and steel products to be then distributed throughout North America. Its continued commitment to provide quality steel products, as well as development of alternative fuel, has established SB International as a true leader in the industry. To learn more about this incredible company, we recently sat down with the founder and the current president of SB International, Mr. Satish Gupta.
Our product comes from various different countries and from various different manufacturers around the world. And it's very challenging to control the quality. We send these inspectors overseas constantly to check the quality at the mills level. Metal, which is a fundamental business for any construction, it's a business for any manufacturing sector, and now that we are big time into oil and gas industries, what's keep on happening is we change our product line, but we stuck to the main core part of it, which is raw material, metal or steel product related to whatever industries we see growth in. We are an international company, and being the international part of this organization has intrigued myself and my son. We get to travel, get to meet different people, get to understand the different culture at the other part of the world.
China has expanded their capacity to making over half of the world's steel products that are now consumed in our everyday lives. That is what makes it such a great potential. The steel capacity over a 5-year period of time has been phenomenal, and they have grown. One of our strongest alliances are actually located in Shouguang, which is in the Shandong province over here. Shandong Mulong is the manufacturer that has worked very closely with us in capturing the U.S. market and supplying a quality product for end-user drilling and exploration in the United States, Canada, and Mexico.
We are mostly distributors of pipes, but our pipes are mostly used in the energy sector, distributing to the end users. We are very efficient. We stress performance, so that makes us competitive, and we are very good at managing relationships from the end user, the customers, the distributors, to the suppliers.
So besides being in Dallas, you've also got Houston and Arlington. Can you tell us what you do in those two branches as well?
Here, Dallas is the headquarters where the corporate function is, and in Houston we have the warehouses, the technical team, and then a lot of the threading and other facilities. And in Arlington, we process some of the high-end steel product. It's one of the part of a company we just recently acquired.
My job at SB International is to manage any of their current investments and look for new investments and analyze the acquisition potential. I'm mainly looking for companies that are either in the steel industry, something that our firm is familiar with, and then from that, companies with high upside but also cash flow potential. What we're going to do is bring steel in from a variety of mills, both internationally as well as domestically. That steel will be brought to our Chicago Plate Center. From that point on, it gets cut into individual pieces that can be pieces as small as this big for $75, or as large as the piece itself. And then there it gets sent to the manufacturer or the retail user itself.
This is a steel service center. We bring in specialty steels. We cut them and sell them to our customers who use them in different manufacturing processes. But basically, we process specialty steel here and sell it to our customers. Quite a few things that our steels are used to manufacture are used in the processing of products that are used on a daily basis. Whether it's plastics or metals, wood products, our steels are used somewhere to make toys, tools, knives, guns, you name it. These steels that we have here in our facility and through the rest of our company are the steels that are used to manufacture products used in everyday life.
We do import plain and pipe and threaded pipe. Sometimes, some of the customers would like plain and pipe because they would like to put different types of couplings based on their requirements of drilling rigs. And some of the customers, they request us to get it threaded because it's sometimes cheaper and also faster for them. And if they need different types of threading, we facilitate that kind of threading for them. Most of the couplings, of course, we get them domestically. And if there are specific specs for the couplings, particular types of beveled couplings and so forth, we do get them manufactured here to our customers' requirement to make sure that we meet their specs and get that threaded.
We sell a lot to the oil industry, we sell to automotive, tool and die shops, mold shops. Sell our material as specialty steels. It's tool steels, high-speed steels. A lot of our customers find us. In that case, most tool and die shops would use tool steel products. Oil field industry will use a lot of hot work material for hot work applications. Any high-speed steel companies or customers, they would use high-speed steels for punches, dies, and also for broaching.
I take care of all the calls and every issue related to the sales and after-sales service related to the inspection of the pipe, the quality of the pipe, and the delivery, making sure that the customer gets what he's ordered in a satisfactory manner. So what we do over here is we bring the material into Houston processing facilities and we inspect 100% of our material. So all of the material is recertified to make sure that it meets the US API standards, and only then we deliver it to the customer. We have a strong brand name and we obviously know the steel. The challenge is to identify the good ones from the bad ones. We do a very heavy due diligence before we approve a manufacturer and to bring their products into this country. I think from a customer service point of view, the biggest advantage that the customers have when they deal with SB International is the quality assurance that they get, plus the backup of a solid organization, a very solid financial organization who backs up the product even after they've been sold.
What have you learned over the last 30 years in the ups and the downs in the economy that will help you in today's market?
We have ridden the up cycles, we've ridden the down cycles, and now we're positioned where we can handle both with equal amount of expertise. And that is, I think, key to our success today. And we have seen the best and the worst of the industry, but our expertise lies in our ability to understand this global economy, because the world has become such a small place today. We are able to exactly know how to move material from point A to point B most effectively at the right price, and source and sell material better than I would say most of our competitors can, starting from raw materials all the way to finished specialized products like steel, pipe and tubing.
My responsibility is more focused on the purchase. Of course, I have a lot of negotiations with internationally with the cost of suppliers. Also, we have to trace anything when we get a contract, but follow up, make sure that both sides follow strictly to the contract, and the international business, the delivery takes a longer time than domestic, so you have to make sure there's nothing wrong for shipping, for the production schedule, and coming, and then we do inspection, make sure the pipe is quality, the product is good, then we give it to our process team.
Is there one thing that separates SB International from all its competitors?
The biggest difference are two things. One thing is we know the language, we know the culture, we know how to communicate with them. So we physically go to those countries like once a month. We face-to-face talking about business, not by phone, but by the fax. So we physically understand what they can do, and they can understand what we require. The difference in SBI is we directly face to the end user. We can tell the supplier where it is, your number, your pipes, is anything wrong, we follow up very tightly. So that's make a huge difference. So people know what happened there.
This company is I would say, lean and mean machine. That's one thing which we have done over a period of time, and that's one of the main reason of our success. Is in spite of our tremendous growth up to this point of time, I'm proud of where the company is going and where it is right now.
The strength of SB International is being able to create a self-sufficient supply chain that is strong, that connects both suppliers and customers together globally. Now, when we identify suppliers, we don't just want to have that relationship of us being the buyer and they're the supplier. Instead, we develop an alliance/partnership between the two organizations, to the point that it's not just business that we talk about, but it's actually a friendship, that we develop a trust level. In case issues do arise, we stand strong together. On the other end, we find customers that we can trust that will branch out and supply our products to end users and provide the service that is needed for the end users to make sure that they're getting a quality product at a competitive price. And creating this whole network of sourcing at a competitive price, but ensuring the superior quality over even some of the domestic mills in the United States has actually made us flourish in this industry. There is nobody like SB International.
An incredible story about an incredible business. SB International, Dallas, Texas. For Close-Up TV News, I'm Scott Murray.
Well, that does it for this edition of Close-Up on America's Business. I'm Janice Marie. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.